I'm Dream Queen, and you're in the cab with me, and I'd like to welcome my guests, Wendy Young and Lil Queen Trashmouth. Hi, y'all.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. I'd love to have you introduce yourselves to the audience. I've given a brief overview and prepared them for what's coming, but some folks might just be waking up and getting here with us. Wendy, why don't we start with you?
All right. So I'm Wendy Young, and I am a documentary photographer, photojournalist, hope to be a documentary filmmaker soon. I have made a couple little films, but want to make a feature length. I just finished a project dealing with the Confederate monuments in the South, and it showed last year. You had me on your show last year and we talked about it, but it hadn't shown yet.
Yes.
So that was very exciting, super cool. My kids went on a trip with me for my artist talk, and it was really fun.
I love this. I appreciate you being back here, and I think the timing is now impeccable. We had talked about having you on a while weeks back, and now I think divine timing is in play. And so I welcome you both here to talk about your journey, your insights on the rise of white nationalism in the country, especially at this time. It seems to be kicking in overdrive, and love to hold up the past and the present together and envision a future together. And I also want to remind people, one of the short films that you made won an award at the Madrid Film Festival.
It did, yeah. I got the best documentary.
Yeah.
It's a short. It's really a trailer for what I want to do in my feature length, dealing with Christian nationalism, white Christian nationalism. Let's put it out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's out here.
Is there another type?
All right, Lil Queen Trashmouth, let's go with you.
I'm Lil Queen Trashmouth. Probably some ears out there know me a little bit from Friday mornings, 10 to 12. I have a show right here on KMRD. I also run our local food distribution program and work in food assistance in a few other ways. So that's my main deal.
And you're a super astute human being doing great political and community work, education, and all kinds of community building.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Back at you.
I just hang out and run my mouth. Play a few
I just want to
tunes.
say, too, she's done a really good job at educating her mother.
Right on. Right on. So let's talk about it. Let's just dive right in. Let's tell people where they can look at your work in case y'all want to follow along and you have an internet with you.
Yeah.
WendyYoung.net.
So it's WendyYoung.net, and the project was called A Long and Slow Surrender because they haven't surrendered yet. And you know, it was really interesting to unlearn what I had been taught. And I'm going to go through the same process with the Christian nationalism documentary because I'm going to have to unlearn a lot of stuff that I was taught. And I think that the thing that we need to talk about today most is education and getting correct information into the hands of people who may not have the correct information. So I think that's one of the things we need to talk about today is how to look at source documents, go back to what these people wrote down about what they thought about other races. And that's how you learn. And that's how you understand that an object can be racist.
Can you teach us what you've learned about the imagery of the Confederacy and also how it's not just in the past?
It definitely is not just in the past. One of the things that I photographed that was super interesting, and I don't even know if we talked about this on the show, it was the dedication of a brand new Confederate monument in 2023. Granted, it was on private land with private money, and I'm fine with that. I don't understand it. I can't comprehend it, but you know, it's not in front of a courthouse. It's not in a park. Okay. And it was super interesting to be around people that thought drastically different from me about that imagery. My husband and I went together, and I was kind of glad he was there.
How'd you get there? Like, how did you get invited?
I didn't get invited.
You're just like, what's this? And you rolled up?
No. I knew it was happening. I may or may not be part of some Confederate Facebook groups.
For research purposes
that
only.
may or may not have forgotten that they added me.
Fake profile too. Don't you have a fake profile for that?
No.
No? Mom.
They what?
Very trusting.
Yeah, right.
No, I met a lot of people on my journey and communed with them, and I was asking them questions. I wasn't telling them how to think. I wasn't telling them what I believe even. I was just asking them questions. And I think that I have an ability to do that and to maybe not, go in guns blazing on a topic that I feel passionate about. And so I got added to some groups. Like they were like, "Hey, you want to be in our group?" And I'm like, "Okay." And I think they've forgotten that I'm there.
And can I tell people you are a white, blonde, blue-eyed woman,
yeah.
so they just sucked you right on.
Oh
in.
yeah, it's really interesting. No matter what when you're out photographing, and I think that this is not just my experience, people automatically assume you're on their side if there's a side to what you're photographing. And I do a lot of smiling and nodding and saying things like, "Interesting, huh? I never thought about it that way." And I think that that's okay. Like, you're not tricking people or anything. It's just a way to get people to open up and talk to you. And once you do kind of get past these issues and just relate human to human, I think things do change. I'm probably not going to change their mind in the 15 or 20 minutes that we're talking, but at least I've put a seed there to say, "Hey, have you thought about it this way?"
And where are we at with Wendy? She's Gemini with Sag rising.
Double gem.
Double gem.
Gemini.
And there's a Sag in there.
Yeah.
Sag rising. And I love this, and I bring this in because, I like to sprinkle the woo-woo on the show.
Just do
Gotta
it.
do the woo-woo. But it's a natural curiosity and a natural jovial kind of friendly way of being.
It's masking with humor.
Yeah, and the masking with humor, the Sag rising, I got that too. I'm like, I'm really upset. Let me just make a joke.
Let me make a joke.
OG Wilkers.
I'm really afraid. Let's make a joke.
But it works.
Yeah, and I think it's a great quality to have as a documentarian because you can massage information out of folks and make them feel comfortable with laughter.
I'm not out there to fight people, I'm genuinely interested in why they think this way. And I think the word that you use is one of my favorite words, curious.
Yeah.
Let's be more curious about each other instead of just, let's be curious.
And your daughter here has a whole different approach.
Her approach is different. And
Scorpio stellium. You want to fight everybody.
Yeah. No, I don't want to. I have to. Not my desires and wishes. It's just a statement.
No,
because Pisces moon in the first
and
house.
Aquarius rising, right? And
Yeah.
you really want to heal the world, but you're not afraid to get down in the dark with folks.
No.
So let's tell us about your approach,
Well,
because you're out in these streets talking.
yeah,
to
I'm like,
people
I
all
don't
the
think you
time.
give fascists an inch.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yesterday on your show, you talked a bit about the paradox of tolerance.
Yes.
Can you just say a little bit about that?
Yeah, let me pull up it's a short little summary of it, but it's a philosophy by, what was his name? Karl Popper, I think. It was a weird name. Here we go. I got it. Yeah, Karl Popper. Poplars are from Futurama.
Yes, they're so delicious.
But so the paradox of tolerance is, should a tolerant society tolerate intolerance? The answer is no. It is a paradox, but unlimited tolerance can lead to the extinction of tolerance. When we extend tolerance to those who are openly intolerant, the tolerant ones end up being destroyed, and tolerance with them. Any movement that preaches intolerance and persecution must be outside of the law. As paradoxical as it may seem, defending tolerance requires to not tolerate the intolerance. Yeah.
Wow,
So-
that's a mouthful there.
It is.
But I get it. Tell me more.
So if you find the cartoon of that, which you can find by a simple internet search of paradox of tolerance, it's like the first image that comes up on most searches. And you'll see with the imagery, what they're talking about is like, no, you cannot tolerate alt-right hateful speech because it will come in and steamroll everything else, which I think we've been living through a little bit in the last decade or so, especially.
And that's why we have no room for quote unquote nice guys who wave bad flags.
Right. Because it's not nice. It's also
not
nice. Let's be real. Supporting these systems of oppression is already inherently not nice.
Yeah.
So
one of the comments that I saw, and I'll just keep this out here for the audience, that we had the 4th of July parade last week, and there was a Confederate flag that showed up in the parade and in pictures posted post-parade. And so some of the things that I've seen in the comment thread were, nice guy stuff, just a kid stuff. One of the responses from the person that had the flag was, well, I've seen black people with the Confederate flag. Black people wave the flag. Now,
that does exist.
Right, and I wanted to make my offering to this, and I want to ask you more about what your experiences were in the South. Now, to me, I did not go under that comment because I was already exhausted from other comments that I've done and just living this life and doing this work. And I didn't feel, felt like if I offered what I had to give, it would have gone over this young man's head. And that's about brainwashing of the establishment to where there are some people of color who subscribe to white supremacy. They have just been indoctrinated that much to think they are inferior and to worship the white savior. There is the self-hatred that comes along with it. I knew a very dark-skinned black skinhead Nazi in D.C. And yeah, it was a very interesting experience, but I met this person. I listened to this person speak and call her own people slurs. And so that's another reason why, they have white people in the street who are like, well, black folks use the N-word, why can't I? And I'm like, that is so layered, and I even have issues with how are we even using it? How was it given to us? And so we all have taken the poison in our different ways, and we are all here to do a job of waking up. So saying that another misinformed person is doing something that is obviously harmful to themselves and others is really not an excuse.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, Wendy, tell me about what you've observed in the South.
Well, at this same monument dedication, I'm looking for the picture right now. There was a black man there as a vendor. And I don't even know if I can explain it. The banner above the sign, or above his tent, said, "What does Thomas Stonewall Jackson and Martin Luther King share in common?" Uh-oh. Anybody have an answer?
I just hear a drum like
I know.
in my head.
Yeah.
Both defied government laws to do the work that God wanted them to do for the advancement of the African American.
Wow.
Okay, that's on his tent. And then what does this one say? I have to zoom in. Okay, I don't know if y'all know your Civil War history, but Nathan Bedford Forrest was a really vicious Southern general, not a nice guy. And it said, Nathan Bedford Forrest entered the war with 45 plus volunteer Afro-American soldiers. 7 were made his personal bodyguards. A year and a half before the end of the war, he granted all of them their freedom. How do you start off in a war with 45 plus and come back home with 45 plus Afro-American soldiers, if not by a hand of divine protection from Almighty God?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I mean, his name, this guy's name was Uncle Gregory.
Like Uncle Ruckus of Boondocks,
or Uncle Tom.
Yep.
Or Uncle Tom, right?
Uncle Remus. I mean, there's
Uncle
a lot.
Remus, there's a lot.
Right.
And he sold coffee, bags of coffee, and it says, "Does not mix well with cream."
Huh.
And then he has these paintings. I wish...
What?
Corey...
Keep it separate.
Corey, keep in mind that Todd and I were there. We were the only people that probably were mildly horrified.
Yeah, I say mind blown. Like, I mean, this is... This is breaking my brain a little bit.
It kind of broke our brains too, but... And then he kind of was a fantastic artist. He was a really good painter. I'm just scrolling through my...
Where are you looking?
Oh, this is my pictures from that trip.
It's on her phone.
Okay.
And this picture, I'm just gonna... I don't know who should describe this picture.
I'll do it.
Okay. I don't know if I want you to.
Oh, okay. All right. So this picture, y'all, is a framed picture of all of, I would say, a history of mammies.
Yep, I think you're right.
And all around the border are black and white photographs of black women of a mature age. I would say, some of them are sort of young, but childbearing age black women. All black and white photographs. Now the painting inside, good God, the images just keep jumping out at me. I just keep seeing things I didn't see when you first handed me this phone. The first thing that draws your eye is a very dark-skinned black woman in jeans and a shirt with her breastfeeding a white baby, smiling very broadly with very white teeth and a head wrap on. And there's a golden Labrador that's licking a cat that is in the lap of a smiling white woman that is next to these people at a chair. Now, to me,
Corey hasn't seen the picture yet.
I wish we were recording this with a video right now.
I think I actually have seen this picture, but I forgot about the dog and the cat.
The dog is licking the cat in the woman's lap.
What's that coded for? This is all very weird.
We saw Sinners, by the way. Like an ice cream cone. Let's wait on that. So then I can't tell. Like, what I want to say is we don't know, but I want to say this white woman is the baby's mother.
That's what I got from it.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I'm
it's
just
a wet
going to
nurse.
give the
wet nurse.
Yeah, it's a wet nurse. And then in the background of that is there's a couple little potted plants. Like it's a nice little.
He's got really
scene.
good drawing skills. Like
he drew this.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell people what's in the back though. So there's a window. These two women are sitting in front of a window, and outside the window are Confederate soldiers with bayonets marching kind of to the right with a Confederate flag waving in the background.
And this is a black man who painted this.
And so I'm looking at the books that he has on the table underneath this. And
there's a lot of symbolism for sure.
Yes. So I'm just going to pass this around to you, Corey. So this is
I remember this one.
This is a lot.
It was a lot to unpack, and Todd was like, "Aren't you going to go talk to that guy?" And I'm like, "I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what I would ask him. I don't even know. It was just I wasn't prepared for that. If I had known he was going to be there and had done some research on this guy, because he goes to all these battle reenactments and stuff like that, and I'm not going to condemn him for what he believes." But I just wonder what his education was like. And
same education we all got.
Yeah.
That white is right.
I guess.
They saved us from primitiveness. Slavery.
I think y'all were fine.
Well, and we can come here for a little trash mouth about the original sin of slavery transcends that on this soil. Little Queen Trashmouth, you've done a whole show about how the first form of slavery was trafficking of women and children in ancient times.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, talking about hierarchical systems, how we didn't have hierarchy, because hierarchy literally means putting oneself above others to be closer to God.
Yeah.
And so it was first, holy, quote, men, shaman, that kind of stuff that said, that took us from we're all God and we're all in this to actually no, I talked to God and what they said is this, that, and the other thing. And then from there you get the idea of, if some people are higher, again, just that idea does trickle down. That's the only way that trickle down really works is with bad ideas, it seems.
Not money?
No. And then you start having, again, then this hierarchy even of hierarchy, right? Of, somebody put themselves closer to God. Well, in my household, I'm going to deem you inferior. And I think it actually did start with children and then extended to women as being a part of the child system. And then you get the concept of private property and then the concept that you can own another human and that you can own, et cetera, et cetera. It just goes on and on from there.
Yes.
But yeah.
And that's another thing that's used is black people had slavery in Africa. Native American tribes were killing each other. Therefore, we can bring our
But that doesn't make it right.
No, it doesn't. And it shows how far we all have to go as human beings. And it's also, there are levels to it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to defend any of it. But, then you get into actually breeding people and chattel slavery and then using people as human experiments. Yeah. So when we go into how someone would succumb to white supremacist thinking and just give up the ghost, so to speak, to say, hey, I would rather breastfeed your baby than have you cut me open without anesthesia on a table. Right. Like, we are under pain of death and and maiming. I mean, I love you, Mom, but I even have, my own mom was like, I fear for your safety. On the one hand, where's the revolution? Why aren't we overturning every single table? On the other hand, you're my only child. Please be quiet out there. Please be careful out there. And I'm like, I can't bend my head and go along with this. I have woken up and would rather die than be subject to this way of thinking.
I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And there's, I'm listening to a podcast dealing with Eichmann. It's Behind the Bastards.
Tell us who Eichmann is.
Eichmann was basically the architect of the Holocaust.
Okay.
And he's another Adolf Eichmann.
Adolf Eichmann, yeah.
Don't name your kids Adolf.
That's why we got rid of this name. 2 reasons.
And, a whole lot of people that came before us have died for this very cause. We're no different. Like, what makes us so special that we're not possibly going to die for this cause? I can't think of anything. And I grew up, I was fascinated with, I think I checked out the biography of Hitler from my school library like 6 or 7 times and read it over and over. It probably wasn't a very good biography, I realize now, but I was like, how could somebody be that evil? So I've kind of had this in my mind for a long time that evil has to be fought. You can't just let it run its course. Right. I mean, I don't know.
Tell us about your waking up process for those who missed the October show. You got you told me.
Well, it was a disagreement with a friend, and I had this kind of moment where what happened was my friend said, all those Confederate monuments have to come down right now. And I was like, wait a minute, no damn Yankee is going to tell me what to do with my statues. And then I thought, why did I think that? What was that? Why would I have anything to do with those statues? I don't even know what they mean. I have never looked into them. I don't have any idea what they stand for. And that's why I set out to figure it out. Guess what, y'all? I was curious.
Can you talk to the Santa Fe obelisk people, please?
I know. I mean, I remember reading that when I first moved here and thinking,
Yeah.
And let's tell the audience what you're referring to.
The Santa Fe Plaza used to have an obelisk in the center. That they want to put back,
that some people are petitioning.
It's gone. It is broken. It has been thrown away. I watched it crumble. Let it go, y'all.
Let's put something better there.
It was pulled down, or nothing. Let it be space for dancing and stage viewing. Yeah. It's kind of a disruption.
It's in a weird place, yeah.
Anyway, but it was.
But how am I going to know where to meet my friends?
Where the obelisk used to be. You'll be like every Santa Fean ever. Give instructions in outdated landmarks.
You need to
You will be officially New Mexican.
You used to be the drive-in movie theater.
Exactly.
You go behind the old Kmart. That's wrong with you.
Then you are New Mexican. You still meet at the Atomic Cafe. I don't even know what that is now, but I know where that is. Anyway, the obelisk was toppled by awesome activists. Yes. Shout out if any one of y'all are listening on Indigenous Peoples Day of 2020. And since then, there has been so much drama in the city of Santa Fe about getting it put back, not getting it put back. The reason it was deemed offensive is it had very offensive and demeaning language surrounding Indigenous peoples to this area, particularly the word savages. And again, people, I really do feel, especially having been through so many city council meetings where people are there reacting to this issue, still 5 years later, for me, I think I don't think you do know what any of this means. I don't think you actually cared about it until it was until the media, the powerful establishment media of the Santa Fe New Mexican. But seriously, somebody, were you really going down to the plaza every week and admiring the obelisk and feeling some sense of, no, that's something you walked by, never thought about. And then somebody who did think about it and said, hey, this is wrong, steps in, and then all of a sudden it's just a gut reaction, and nobody ever gets past that part.
It's that gut reaction. That's what I had, was a gut reaction to my friend. But that's what set me on my journey, is I want to find out what life around these monuments is really like. What effect are they having on their communities? I don't know that I answered that question, but I certainly took a lot of photographs. Yes. trying to.
And
yeah.
I appreciate your
And maybe
work.
the answers aren't the answer. Okay, here you go.
And when I just was, while you flip through Wendy's book there,
I brought my gallery guide from my show to show to Jada.
Yes, and I really want to look.
Which one are you looking for?
The Homecoming Queen.
Oh, yeah. This is a picture.
It does affect people's daily lives.
This is a picture from Tuscumbia, Alabama, where the Confederate monument is in the background, and there's a homecoming parade going past, and there's a black homecoming queen waving.
This guy who protested the monument in his town every
20
day
years,
for 20
every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
But he went to every city council meeting on Tuesdays too. Yeah.
So again, this still is having an effect on people's lives.
It's there it is. Yeah,
but they're people of color, so they need to just get over it.
No.
Okay, this homecoming queen and her friends are all black. Nobody cares how they feel.
Right, and there's the looming Confederate monument in the background, and this guy,
and they're waving. Yes, and there's the boss
hog. And that's
a
coming of age experience for this young woman. Right. So yes, this is still affecting people.
I mean,
and it's and also we spoke on this. Yes, to all of it. And I'm going to offer how we spoke about the Uncle Remus, Uncle Toms of the situation, and then we talk about the kings and queens who get to go about their daily lives in defiance of these monuments, and to do the work of our ancestors to rise above it and to fight this, because it's not going anywhere. Not saying that we want to spend our time. Of course, she wants to just be homecoming queen, but there's also this. We know that freedom is a constant struggle. So it didn't end with Hitler. It didn't end with Stonewall Jackson. It did. We are raising warriors of the future, sadly, until everybody wakes up and we have our utopian. What is it? The song that I played in the first half?
Utopian Futures.
Utopian Futures.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then and I got to explain to the audience, I didn't mean to talk over you while you were talking, but Wendy and I both, the red, white, and blue out of the corner of our eye, right. Whoever's driving that truck, we saw you. Okay, if you're making a statement or you're not listening at all.
But they had a rainbow flag too.
Was it a rainbow?
There was a rainbow flag too. I think
is that the homies?
Yeah.
Hey, homies.
Cool. Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, give it up. Just put the two next to each other.
But it was kind of
together. Yeah, it's what was that? Because it's so triggering.
Yesterday, 3 Teslas drove by when I was in here giving 50 reasons to still hate Elon Musk.
That was such a good show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Everybody listen to Hashtag Hours on Fridays from 10 to noon on KMRD.
Yeah.
You just do a lot of good work, So where were we?
I'd kind of like to address sinners.
Oh, let's talk about sinners. Okay.
Man. Wow.
Yeah. Sinners is a movie out on HBO
spoilers,
right now that was done by Ryan Coogler and is basically taking the world by storm here.
It's beautifully filmed.
Beautifully. I was going to say
film.
It's
actually on film. Yes. Yep. Love that.
Did y'all notice the aspect ratio shift?
No.
I'll send you more breakdowns. Zach,
I love aspect ratio.
Yeah. Tell us about the aspect ratio.
Aspect ratio is the shape of the rectangle of your viewing area. And it's why I hate vertical video. Your TV's not vertical. Don't shoot vertical video. I know you have to for Instagram and stories and all that stuff. It's fine. But
they can turn it. You can turn it because now you're.
Hey, and if you're filming somebody being attacked by,
do you? Just get it filmed.
Get it
done.
filmed, but also try to film it like this. Try to film it horizontally instead of vertically because you get more information that way.
Right.
It's just a heads up. I'm not going to criticize anybody for filming ice capturing people vertically.
You're teaching us, satirizing. Be the teacher that you are, because we need these tips, because then we can see what's going on outside of just,
that vertical slice of the world.
That's right. Because then the cops can say context. That's it.
It's giving more context to the image. Yeah,
we do.
Yes, we do. So anyway, in that film, I noticed like at certain points my screen was filled, and then at certain points it was letterboxed. Had the black stripe at the top and at the bottom. And so I did some research into that. I'm not sure I really understand all his choices, but that was just an interesting thing to me. That's a geeky photography thing.
Yeah. Do you think it was to hone us in, or?
Well, I think he filmed it many different ways. Mainly, he filmed it on film. It's not digital. Yeah. The film has been digitized, obviously, for some movie theaters. But like if you see it in the super wide screen, like you're gonna feel like you're in that action, like that dance scene.
Thank you.
No, that dance scene.
Yes,
I wanted to be in there.
Yeah, I live my life like that, and it's a little freaky.
So we were at a show like that not that long ago.
Yeah, Taking the Bangas. That was very much like that. And and when I went to Hallucination last year.
Oh yeah.
It was very much like that. And I have to tell you, I mean, I cried about 4 times in my show today, because I don't know if people can tell, but I hold ceremony in here with this, and it got so real this morning that I put down tobacco outside. And
nice.
Because for those of you who have not seen Sinners or don't know what we're talking about, there is a dance scene. The premise is about this guitar player. I mean, yes, it's a vampire movie, but
it's a very good vampire movie.
It's a very good vampire movie. So the guitar, we're trying to figure out if it's an haunted object or what it is. But what I took away from it is that music is one of the connecting threads to the ancestors and to the future. Mm-hmm. That was what the narration of the movie really contained. And that's in the opening scenes and in this dance scene. Yeah. And so as they were at the juke joint party, the ancestors of everyone in the story was called in.
And the descendants
music. And yes. Well, they were outside, right?
No, when all the hip hop dancers and all that stuff.
Oh, the descendants. Yeah. The dissenters is what I was thinking about.
No.
But what I wanted to see though, but I have to offer that I was a little disappointed in the lack of Native American representation, because folks were like, oh, it's the Choctaw vampire hunters, and they weren't in it that much.
No, they weren't.
And I also felt a little peeved that by not having Native American dancers represented inside the juke joint, it did not.
See, now I'm gonna have to watch it again, because I thought there were. But
it did not uplift Native ancestry of Black Americans, and especially many free Black Americans of the time. We Black Americans. We are descendants of white, African, and indigenous people of this continent, and there's no amount of anything that anybody can make me disrespect all 3 aspects of my heritage, whether it's not just my mom or grandmom, but many of us also, people have been forced to change their names in their journeys to escape land theft and oppression and that very same brutality that we opened up speaking about. So Ryan, get with
come
it,
on,
bro.
Kugler.
But also, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, it's a short amount of time.
Hey, they could have thrown they threw the Chinese people in there. Listen, I'm telling you not to tell me. That's what I already told you. I think I processed a lot of my feelings, but being up here, no, for real, because this is just real quick. Yep. When we're talking about the language in the obelisk, now we're over here talking about Beyonce's T-shirt.
Yes,
and we cannot let the colonizers separate and continue to wedge between Black and brown unity and relation. That is a huge part of how they're winning, is because they are trying to keep us from fighting together. And Beyonce, get off it.
Yeah.
You know what I took away from Sinners, the big thing that I took away, and I was talking with my friend Park Ranger Bren, hey Bren, is that really, and I've thought about this a lot throughout my life, is that white people really have no culture.
Because it's a made-up thing.
Because it is that, but also the culture is white supremacy.
In America.
Yes.
In America.
In America.
Yes.
Because when I wanted to say the Irish guy, what I got from him was like, please, we want to come in.
Yeah. And Brendan and I talked about that too, is that like he just wanted to have some culture. And
he was just a nice guy who was just having to be a little vampy.
Irish culture is a thing.
Yes.
But also the
Swedish
Irish
culture, right?
They are indigenous to their lands.
But then this whole concept of quote whiteness was invented here to.
I think it was invented according to Ibram X. Kendi. It was invented in Portugal.
Interesting. Well, yeah, they were slave traders, so that
because they had slaves, which was the word Slav, because they were Slavic, white. And this prince, I can't remember his name. I didn't study before class. I'm sorry.
Prince Adolf.
Yeah, probably. Traditional Portuguese name of Adolf.
He figured out like, oh, well, when my Slavs escape, they can just assimilate into the population. But I'm going to go over here to Africa and get these darker skinned people and bring them here. And then when they escape, I can find them.
Right.
Yeah.
So is that when whiteness was invented? I don't know. That's what
that's
an
interesting take.
I can't remember what was the name. Oh, the book was I think it was Stamped from the Beginning. I think that's what it was.
Right on.
I know the author, but I'm not sure which book it was. So
yeah, I guess for me, like when I'm speaking to is more the concept again of here when we, when people were immigrating en masse, Irish people weren't white, Spanish people weren't white,
Italians.
It's always it's been used as a tool of oppression.
Yes.
And that's what we were looking at a little bit in Sinners too, was the Octoroon lady, Mary, yeah, and her awkward position in the situation. Gosh, how can we do this without spoilers? Because we never really. Let's go to breakfast after this. Can we go to breakfast? Yes. All right,
I need some biscuits and gravy.
Oh yeah. So you were going to say something that I kind of wanted to finish my thought and then interrupted. Do you remember what it was?
No, but I do remember one thought that I had adjacent to the discussion of Black Confederates is thinking about how now so many ICE agents, DHS, Border Patrol agents are of Hispanic, Latino descent. In some case, the actual children of people who immigrated here without legal status, quote, legal status.
Whatever that means.
It doesn't mean anything. Borders aren't real.
I know.
We made them up. Even Donald Trump said that one time. Again, not in the good way that we like it, but still, I just want to say he has even said borders are made up. And I was like, go farther, sir. But he can't. But just thinking about, again, that internalized hatred, self-loathing, being told, too, that if you get a step closer to the, quote, whiteness in the white supremacist structure, that you will be safer. That's not true for anybody, including white people. I just want.
This is, and I've said this to you before.
It's all dangerous.
I've said this to Corey. This is the first time I have felt unsafe in my own country, and I realize that that's a privilege, that I have lived a privileged life. And if y'all don't know your privilege, you need to figure it out. But I am more afraid of my country, my government right now than I ever have been. I don't think I'm safe. Why would
Yeah. That's another part of the discussion with what I brought up with the young woman who had a Black grandfather, I believe she was saying in Sinners, where you can pass and they wanted her to go and be with the white people for her own safety. And I'm just making that connection here, and also to say that I fear for all of my abolitionist friends who your proximity to Blackness has always been an issue throughout history. Even if you are all your parents and forebears are white, there was a ratio of relationship to blackness where they could say, hey, you're an octoroon. Hey, you're a whatever comes after that. In blood quantum, the person here in the United States who wrote down all the different blood quantums
I know, we talked
in
about
the
that.
1800s.
So
and so if you were hanging out with too many black people, if you were going to the jazz clubs or the juke joints, then you must have black blood because you have an affinity for them, and therefore they can lynch you for that, you know? But then I want to sit here and think, why wasn't that white lady in that picture painting feeding her own baby?
Right.
Because then how much blood is in breast milk? And we know that too.
White women are frail, Jada.
So yeah, you're just gonna sit. Well,
I mean,
I can't talk about my real thoughts.
That moves into also like I don't know if you ever read the book, the short story. I don't get the joke, so I don't know why y'all laugh at me.
I'll tell you,
because white women are frail.
I'm like, just don't go outside. You can't do nothing outside.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
When I went to Hawaii, we talked about this on the show you were on. It was like, actually,
I get it.
But you said you worked outside.
I do sometimes, but mainly I'm inside. But I'm not afraid to work outside.
It just hurts.
It's hot.
Like the vampires, don't go out in the sun. Oh, that's another thing from Sinners, no?
I know.
Well,
Anyway, sorry, you were...
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say that, like, this is where kind of feminism comes into the thing. Like, I don't know if you ever read the short story, The Yellow Wallpaper.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've read it.
It's a woman who has a baby and, like, she has postpartum depression, and they just, like, make her not move and just be in this room, and she goes crazy. Of course she does. And I think that whole idea of the wet nurse is a part of that. It's racist, and a woman is too frail to feed her own child. Her body was meant to do that.
And it's racist.
Yeah.
And it also ties back again with this narrative of, like, I'm not excusing this by any means. I just want to say that right out. But like this internalized victim weakness stance
right.
then shows its way up in racist scenarios as well. So nobody is benefiting from patriarchy, capitalism, hierarchy, all of it. Like nobody is benefiting. Even the people that think they're on top of those pyramids, you're absolutely not.
Yeah. Well, y'all are frail and I'm angry. That's pretty
we
much
make
the
a good team.
Can I be frail and angry?
Can I be angry and frail because I want to be a princess?
I do not want to be a princess.
I don't think Corey's ever wanted to be a princess.
No.
It's just some
She wanted to be a ballerina once, but that was when she was like 2. So that doesn't count.
And then ballet didn't work. It
Yeah.
was too structured.
And
I didn't like
their
it.
feet, they go like that is some strenuous.
Well, and like the body
activities.
dysmorphia. I mean, there's so much that
So
comes
many
with
problems,
that. Again, that is white supremacist and sexist. So, you know.
All right, well, we have 3 minutes left. Is what else do we want to talk about? So, I wanted to.
I'm just gonna say I'm putting out some seeds to try to get this work shown in Santa Fe. I'm hoping that's gonna work out because I really want my home people to see what they supported when I was out on the road and like I actually see the show.
Yes. And you did a slideshow in
I did a talk.
session.
I did a little talk on the project, and I want to do that again, maybe in Santa Fe, in a bigger space.
Gosh, we have run out of time so quickly, but I really wanted to get some of your take, Corey, about the road and what you were.
She flew on the day after the election, which I'm very grateful to her for doing that.
Yeah, but also just in life, because as you were gathering this information since 2017, y'all went on some trips together, and it's like family road trips, right?
Well, it was me and Corey in 2022. We went to DC. That was.
But this started before Confederate.
I was going to say,
yes.
But we did many cross country trips. There's the two of us.
Yeah.
And the things that you've seen and experienced out there on the road, because did you come out woke? Or was this a waking up process?
Yeah, there's a few stories from when I was little.
When she was 3, she looked me dead in the eye and said, "Get out of my life."
Well, yeah, that's because I was an anarchist.
Story, yes. But as far as your Southern heritage,
I caught on to the male gaze situation pretty early.
Oh, really early. She's like, you were 8 when we moved here. You were probably 5 or 6 when she noticed in the hallway in the art department at the school that I went to. She said, "Mommy, why are all the paintings of naked women?" And I was like, "Oh God, I have to have this conversation with a 6-year-old."
Yeah. I remember telling my dad the credit system sounded fake when I was about 6 or 7, and he didn't have a response. I was like, "Okay,
you're not wrong."
But as an abolitionist, as an anti-racist, when
that I have one story that I don't have time to share, but there is one troubling anecdote from my childhood that makes me think that, like, yes, that environment of the South was having an impact on me, but I don't think it would have dictated the way my life went.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
I think I would have always ended up where I am now, probably just using a bit more substance if I had to be somewhere more difficult. So.
Wow. Well, I cannot imagine y'all having any more depth and substance than you have right now. I love you both so much.
We love you too.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. And
Yeah, thank you.
thank y'all all for listening, and I hope that you've learned something and have a possibility to see where there's room for us all to grow.
Be curious.
And be curious about the things that you don't know. All right, y'all. I love you all. And In the Cab Radio at Linktree, you can find archives, and this show will be up in a couple days. In the Cab Radio is produced by Jada White, a.k.a. Dream Queen. Original theme music produced by Baby Weekend Boys and Icky Mac the Beat Jugular. Learn more at In the Cab Radio at Linktree. Thank you so much for tuning in.